we're gonna have, especially like when we're gonna have it. Since the pandemic started, because I like, oh my gosh, my whole life was like food prep, because we were just not at home enough. So I had to cook like, we had to have lunches ready for the whole week, and we had to have like breakfast ready for the whole week. We had to kind of know what we were gonna have for dinners. And it was a huge pain in the neck, and it took a lot of mental energy, So, but I definitely shop around like, oh, let's get stuff to make this, and then we'll make it whenever. You know what I mean? Well, Wojak, I don't do it anymore. It was okay. It was not an awesome fit for me personally, if that makes any sense. Like, you often will hear people saying that, like, oh, I loved going to law school, but I hated being a lawyer. It was like library school was really fun and interesting, but I did not really like working as a librarian. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's certainly the best, like, normal job that I've ever had, though. It's about showing people how to do research. So there's a little bit where you'll research yourself, but it's also like, you learn what sort of information is in what type of resource, so that if somebody's like, I need, statistics on whatever, then you're like, oh, we need like an almanac, and that sort of, knowing where to steer somebody so that they can find the actual information they need. And there was a class called cataloging where you learn like either the Dewey, you've learned both. There's the Dewey Decimal System and the Library of Congress system, and you figure out like how to classify books. And I really liked that. That was fun. Yeah, gotcha, Hussein. Sorry, I'm catching back up. How can have AC? Oh yeah, that makes sense, Wojak. I think a lot of people use it for AC. You used to? I mean, I don't keep any of that in my brain. It's all written down. Some of it, you just get to know, but I never like made a concerted effort to memorize anything. What is my dream library? Do you mean in terms of like what would be in it? Or like what it would look like? Yeah, probably. It's funny, like, I gravitate toward old stuff. So I do like when there are historical elements or rare books or stuff like that. But I'm not that interested in like this, I don't know, I'm just not that interested in it, even though that is like the coolest stuff. There's a little, I don't know what it is, a little department in the Boston Public Library that has like 19th century trade cards. So it's like little kind of business cards that salespeople would use. Hey Mundu, how are ya? Yeah, Victorian era would be lovely. I would totally go for that. Every text, every printer. Yeah. Hey, Killer Bee, how are ya? Good to see ya. Yes, exactly. Just gotta use that temperature solution. More quiet than your house? Yeah, probably. My only complaint is that no pets can sit in my lap while I read if I'm at a library. During a night stream. What? I should do the inside of this fellow's ear. As good as they look blank. I can't really nap in public. Yeah, I don't even think I fall asleep. I hate flying, so I never do. But I don't even think I've maybe ever fallen asleep on an airplane. Even that's too public, and it's not like there's people like wandering in from outside and like, you know who's on the plane with you. It's only a certain number of people, but I don't know. Just cannot fall asleep like that. I also can't fall asleep like in a rest area. The whole point is like pull over and take a nap if you're tired and you need to keep driving. I could be so tired and would pull into a rest area and I'd be like, all right, I'm awake now. Great. Oh, good idea. What did you miss? Yeah, libraries are quiet and good for air conditioning, PK. Oh yeah, New York Public Library. I love, the stuff that's in really interesting archival collections is great. Stuff that's in less interesting archival collections is so boring. You have a perfect plan for me? I appreciate that. Oh my God, yeah, that's lovely. The Bodleian is really beautiful. I could work as security. So I'm sleeping 2 different places. Exactly, Siha, exactly. No choice but to. Okie dokie, Eisen, have a good shop. That's true, Wojak. Yeah, thank you very much, Eisen. Good to see you. Happy audio booking and shopping. I suppose I could. Okay. And then I could just run a ton of ad breaks too. So I'd be asleep, but making tons of push revenue. Not tons. I'll make it into a cinema? I can absolutely say with certainty these are not ideas I would have come up with on my own. Ah, I see. So they can come and we can just enjoy my stream together. Achilles. This is Achilles. Woo!
Dahi_name is now following.
Who is it? Dicey? Sorry, I've said your name wrong. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. It is, isn't it? Seems like a good sport too. Hello, hello. Welcome. How you doing today? Oh, no worries. No worries, Mundu. Yeah. Although Killer Bee, I was up 5 the other day, and by the end of stream, I had gotten 1 follow and was at 6. So, who knows what direction it's inching at any given time. Yeah, isn't this a pretty kitty? This is, so, on my channel, there is a point redemption for something called an ATC, or an artist trading card. And so that's what this is. This is for our friend Cyber Redlitical, who lives with this kitty cat. He turned in their channel points for this. Ooh, itchy, itchy, itchy. Well, yeah, I get that, Killer Bee. I totally get that. I wanted to open a business that makes a lot of profit. Ooh. Gosh, I don't even know what kind of business makes a lot of profit, if I'm being honest. It also totally depends, like, would I have to work there? A wow. Strip club? Yup, that probably does make a lot of profit. You know what I guess is like a really profitable thing to do and to run? Laundromats. I guess that's like that's a good point. Mega church. That just slyly indoctrinate people into being kind to one another, not greedy, mean, or racist. That's not the kind of mega church that makes money, though. Change my name to Libby Graham. Yeah, I could see maybe like a laundromat though. That doesn't like irk me too bad. Because like you wouldn't even have to gouge if you just went like for the going rate. That would be, seems fairly reasonable. People do want to clean their clothes. Not everybody has laundry in their apartment or home. I think I'm gonna go with that. Ah, yes, you have private police detail. Oh, you're a baker? That's lovely. Oh, I am an amateur baker, but I really enjoy baking myself. What kind of stuff do you? Sorry, I really do enjoy baking quite a bit. Are you more of like a bread baker or like pastries? What do you do? Sweets baker. Ah, lovely. I'd like some bread right now. I just made my mom last night and then frosted this morning a carrot cake for her birthday. So freshly baked cake happening in this household later today. Oh, right. Give a little kickback to the cops. Bojack, you've got this all figured out. Do you, Mundu? An ice cream cake, that's awesome. So did you put like baked components in, or, cause like, I don't know like where in the world you are, but around here, ice cream cake will often just be like ice cream and like crunchy little cookie bits and stuff, like no cake involved, that has been baked. But I could imagine like, you eat cake and ice cream together, that's delicious. So layering cake and ice cream would be good. Oh, that's awesome, Windu. I wish I was, in Ireland, nice. Bojack. Yes, that sounds so good. Not really, no. Not in, no. Not in a good way. In a terrible approximation. You can? That's awesome, Bojack. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Can you help me with your name, please, Mr. or Ms. or, new baker friend? That's what I'm trying to say. Baker friend. Is it Daiti? Daiti? Please help. Dahi. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to be calling you something bizarre every time I try to say your name. Okay, great. Dahi. Perfect. Thank you. I hate ruining people's names. And please, if it falls out of my brain and I mess it up, feel free to remind me. Everyone does, okay. I want something more yellow than that. Wish it had a finer point in there. I just want to see it a couple of times. Poor girl. So, are you a scone person? Do you like scones? Do you make scones? I adore them. That's why I ask. We used to live in a city many years ago now. We moved out here a long time ago, but it's really easy to find a great scone in a city. But oh my gosh, you move not very far away and you get some really weird, squishy, doughy things that are sold as scones. It's not good. Me? I don't know if I have any stories. I stink at making up stories. I really don't do that well at all. The only story I think I have about George Washington, I don't think I have one about George Washington. I actually know not very much about George Washington as a human. Although you can visit, go on a date with Martha, falling in love. There is it a national park or national historic site or something? You can visit George Washington's home, or one of his homes. And I did that a long time ago, and that was pretty neat. I would assume something like it, at least. The ones that came here from there. Although I don't know how the accent there, has evolved since. I don't know if, I don't know how similar, how people sound now, the accent sounds now. I don't know how similar it would be to then, you know what I mean? Like if you listen to something like an American talking, like a news broadcaster, or like War of the Worlds, if you listen to that thing, Um, that is not how people talk anymore. Very odd to like a modern ear. You know what I mean? Oh, really? Well, technically there isn't an official language, which is nice. But, you know, everything, like, you know, documents and signs and things are mostly just done in English. And usually, if there's a large population in an area, like sometimes it'll be in 2 languages or 3. Like sometimes you'll see signs around here with English and Spanish and sometimes also Portuguese, which is nice. Interesting. I'm none of those. Oh yeah, that's your hypothesis. How so? You mean like at thinking out like clever? Ah, thanks, Mecca. Oof. Great idea. Ooh. I do not know. Oh, I'm sorry, Muntu. It's so hard. It is not forgiving. What? Like a seating chart? Just for a regular, like a regular evening? I know people will do that for like fancy parties and stuff, but gotcha. So there's nothing left to chance. They just know where to go and where everybody fits. Got it. Well, that is very organized. 6 or 7 people. And was that something that they would normally do? Did you ask? And was it just this group maybe that like they had a hard time deciding and so they do this as when they go out together? Or is that something that they said was like typical? Ah, have you? I've not. I've never actually been to anywhere in Europe. See, also, I really hate flying. A lot. Oh, do people get angry? Wow. Well, I guess if everything is normally so on schedule and planned, then there's a chance they were going to miss, you know, if they had to catch another train or something, that they would miss it. It would be late. They would be too late to catch it. Color. 5. Cool. And I can for dealing on a work call more close. Nobody else lives here, so. Oh, really? Well, I don't know. Hopefully you are finding it at least interesting or enriching to be a student, since you've already done it. Oh, right, yes, right. One does come customary in every older home in New England, so. I always forget about that. Without a degree, you think? I think I would have the same amount of money without either. Actually, I would have more because I wouldn't have a student loan for library school. Now I don't work in a library. Oh. Are you studying those? Either one of those? Or are you not at a point where you've had to make that decision yet? No? What are you, if you want to share? If you don't feel like sharing it, that's okay too. But what are you studying? Oh. Oh, I hope it's something that you at least are sort of interested in. That's tough. It's okay. Okay. At least it's not the thing, I don't know, something you're super, super not interested in. Gotcha. Well, I don't know if that's connected to that. I like making stuff too. That was actually part of why I didn't really like being a librarian, is because there was nothing, you didn't make anything. When you are a cataloger, you kind of get through a pile of books and like you can kind of see the work you've done, but most of the work is not like that. And I actually really like that. I had worked in a little shop that made handmade ornaments. So it was like piecework, and I really liked that sort of thing. So switching to a kind of work where I can't like see my output was like disappointing or something. It just was like anticlimactic. Okay, gotcha. Really? Yikes. Fighter jet stuff? Wow. Well, I guess you could always, do a second university course, right? If you are working in your field afterwards and you really aren't interested. You're going to be a doctor? Wow. Like a medical doctor? I ask because they call a lot of things doctor here. You can get a doctorate in philosophy or music. So there are other types. That's my point. Oh, okay. So what will you wind up teaching or doing research? Or both? I know like being a professor often goes hand in hand with. You're kidding. Okay. Are you really? Wow. Good on you. People always need those. Do they I guess they probably split it up by like subspecialties. Oh, okay, gotcha. Like we have like, you know, primary care or like gotcha. Gotcha. But yeah, like doctors over here, medical doctors can like specialize in like, you know, be a dermatologist or be they usually call it a primary care physician, which is like, you know, your general doctor that you go see. I think they call it like a GP in the UK, like general practitioner. You can be a sports doctor, like a sports injury person. Ah, really? Well, that's cool. I can't even imagine. No, too many. I imagine there are like really high demands, and it's probably not a lot of. I don't know. I can't imagine it being enjoyable. Imagine like getting yelled at a lot. I think in the US, they've been talking for a few years about that there is a shortage of primary care doctors and that there will continue to be. Ah. But you think you'll do plastic surgery instead, or do you mean plastic surgery like specifically for skin stuff? I assume there'd be some component of plastic surgery for various skin disorders, diseases, stuff like that. But I also don't know. Oh yeah, I'm sure that would be extremely difficult. Gosh, I would get nervous having to like present to a room full of like second year college students, like how to use a library database. I can't imagine doing neurosurgery. Don't think I'm cut out for that, which is fine. Other people are. Happy to let them do it. Oh, did you? And you liked it, but you still don't think you'll do it? Intensive care. Ooh. So would that mostly be like people who are like recovering from surgery, or like oh wow. Yeah, that's be really tough, I would think. Right. The darkest color here. Pretty dark. All right. Okie dokie, Wojak. Good luck on your next exams if you don't make it back from a lurk. Take it easy. Dark. Some ink, yes. Step away from the watercolors that have wronged you. I'm working on something in, it's usually knitting that this happens with. If I've messed something up, especially if I've messed something up more than once, like the same thing, sometimes that project will go into quote unquote timeout to think about what it's done. And at a later date, perhaps it'll be more cooperative and can have another chance. You get awesome, thank you. Looking forward to taking a peek. The stream. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Gosh. Okay, I will. Just a sec. Okie dokie, Mecca. Have a good night. Take care. Thanks for hanging out. Ooh, yeah, okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okie dokie, TK. Be here. Thanks for the stretch. Ooh. Aha. Do you have any color that you trust more? That wouldn't make you like feel potentially nervous to get into right now? Maybe that's me ascribing nervousness to things that don't need it, and maybe normal people wouldn't feel nervous about that.